Hi everyone, it's Niamh here and welcome to my art journaling channel. Today we're going to be playing in my craft journal, making a really quick page using some chipboard from Dina Wakley. So I'm starting off with some of these new stamps which are new from the October release, so by the time this goes up they're probably not as new, but they're still fun to use. So I'm stamping onto a piece of collage tissue. I'm actually cheating somewhat because this piece of collage tissue that has got some white on it, the white printing, I find that I don't use my white printed pages all that much, so I tend to use them as a little bonus when it comes to if I run out of my normal tissue, so it doesn't get wasted. Because it's white printing on it, unless there's something really dark in the background, it sort of blends in enough that it doesn't really matter. So for those of you wondering how to use your white tissue, just stamp over it and use it as collage, and you've got some interesting patterns that happen in the background. So there you go. So I'm stamping with archival ink, because I don't particularly like the edges on collage tissues. I do tend to trim them up quite close. It's about the one time you'll actually find me fussy cutting things. So I cut almost up to the edge. And I'm just cutting out my different images. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to put them together, but I figure if I've got a few that I can play around with it. So this is a page, oh, it's not even my craft journal. What are we talking about, Niamh? Goodness me. This is one of my white journal, and this is a page that I've had in here for a little while. So, and this was created exactly how you've just seen me use that stencil I've just used. I sprayed through it with the orchid spray, and I've pressed my stencil onto another page that didn't have very much on it. So this is how I just get random backgrounds in my journals. And I like these backgrounds because when I'm sort of working quickly, I find it's a really easy way to have something there already. It's really low risk because I don't need to worry about what's there already, and if I don't like it, well, I haven't ruined, this amazing background that I've made that I really loved. So, it's a really great way to start a journal page, especially if you're just experimenting and you don't have a real plan. So what you just saw me do was get some white paint and put some of this sage gloss spray in it. I was trying to colour up. I couldn't find my aloe spray, or my aloe paint, sorry. So I was trying to make some, and while it worked, it was a little bit fluid for me, so it wasn't quite working the way I wanted it to. So I decided to spray over the top with some of the fur gloss spray, and this has come up really bright on the page because I had that base of acrylic paint down already, so it hasn't seeped in. So now I'm going in with the little dots on this page, which I love. They're great ways to make just really quick and easy marks on your page, and that's sort of helping blend it all together a little bit. Now I am playing around with my image and trying to work out where I want to stick it. So I'm just using gel medium, putting good base down the bottom and then going over the top with it just to help seal on the page. And then I thought, oh, I'll put this little strip of people on too, so it's sort of giving her something to look at. When I've done that, I am now going in with the words while I had all my gel medium out, just trying to make everything sort of go on the page at once. So this has, I can't read it, make things happen, I think, and I'm just putting some gel medium on and rubbing it in. So the reason I haven't stamped onto this page, I've used the tissue instead, is because this is quite a textured page or a journal to work in. And while it's great for taking acrylic paints and so on, it's not brilliant for getting a really clear stamped image. So because I wanted these images to just sort of really stand out, I chose to stamp it on the tissue paper to begin with. Now I'm just going in with a Stipple or pencil just to help push it out a little bit further by drawing over the lines again. And there's two reasons I do this. One, because I like that really dark effect on the page. The second is I really like this style of drawing. So by me drawing over it myself, it's kind of training my hand to be that little bit looser and freer with lines, or where shadows go on the page. So it's just a little trick I have, which is probably tricking myself, but it's like using a model to help draw, a little template to help draw. So now I'm going in with my white pen to add a little bit of highlighting, with a little bit of line work, a little bit of red to add a bit of colour and shadow to her body, just to help her stand out from the background a little bit. You saw I was also playing with a little bit of chipboard here. So this is one of the new chipboard pieces that came from Dina Wakley as well. I really liked this piece. I was really reticent to use it because I actually want to use it for a stencil for another page, and I thought, no, suck it up, Niamh. You can always get another one. Glue it down. So I'm just using some PVA glue, this quick drying glue, and because it is so fine, it's, you know, probably one of that stem itself, probably one of the finest piece of chipboard I've ever had. It's also very flexible, so you can kind of bend it to the shape that you want to have it, which is really, really handy. I'm also going in with my white pen and just putting a little bit of a drop shadow on my letters so they stand out a little bit from the background. And the final thing that I do, which you don't actually see on screen, is to do a little bit of splatter over the top with some gloss spray. And then I did a little bit of journaling in the background, just to sort of help tie it all together. And I outlined the little stamped bits with a little white frame. So the journaling in the background is unreadable, but it was basically reflecting on that make things happen and what I needed to make happen for me to make me feel happy. So sometimes just spilling your guts onto the page is really, really helpful as well. So particularly with a simple page like that I didn't have much emotional attachment to, by putting that journaling on really made it cool to me. So I hope you have a go, and until next time, bye for now.